I think we're improving, and I guess that's kind of where we want to go. We want to get better. Last week was a tough opponent that throws a lot of different scheme, a lot of different things at you. I think we did some things well. I think we can still do a lot of things better. And so, where we're at, I think we're kind of on track. We're either going to get better or we're going to get worse, and that's really the key here as we go through the rest of the season.
Have you had both at this stage of the season in your career, where you didn't know which way it was going to go, or?
You never know. There's a lot of, you're still dealing with young men. You're still dealing with a lot of, outside influences, and I tell guys, I've never made anybody a great player. I think I've helped them make themselves great players, and so it's really got to come from us with inside.
You guys have given up 1 sack so far, but that's just a stat. I don't know. How do you feel like your pass blocking is?
I think the stat's the worst stat in football, but there is something to it. I look at more of our pass play. I think we're doing a better job of moving our feet, using our hands, and some of that stuff. I think we can still improve on it and be more consistent. A little too much pressure last week for my liking, but every week's a new week.
How does a play like that Joshua had last week with the lateral? What does that do for an offensive line? Just I don't know, emotionally, or does it?
Every big kid wants to touch the ball, right? I think it's a fun deal. I mean, it's a good deal, and that they get a chance to score a touchdown, I guess. But playing offensive line is the team part. Every time somebody scores a touchdown, it's part of what we did to get it there. Yeah. And so I think as linemen, they understand that. But it's also cool once in a while to have something like that.
You never touched the ball in
I
a
couldn't.
game.
I couldn't get I tried. I couldn't get my line coach to do it.
What do you feel like the run blocking has been?
Same. Some really good stuff, some inconsistent stuff. I think we can get better. I think we can get better at finishing is one of the better things that we need to do a little bit more of. I think we're targeting things pretty well. I think we can just be a little more productive and consistent.
How about the communication? I mean, the San Diego State defense obviously throws a ton at you, and I thought that's probably a pretty good test in terms of communicating. Did you think they passed that test?
I think they did well with it. I think we can still do a better job. And you're right, San Diego State throws a lot of stuff. I mean, there's no 2 plays that look the same. And so I thought they handled that pretty well. I think we can still get better at it.
You guys have had the same 5 starters out there for all 3 games. Do you feel like things are pretty well set now?
Never feel that way. I really think Grant Stark is really improving, and I got to get him on the field more. I mean, he's doing a good job, but it's hard because those other 5 have been there and doing stuff. So I think he's a good player for us, and we got to get him out there and help us.
Jonathan mentioned a couple of the edge rushers for Washington State yesterday. What do you see when in their pass rush when you look at the tape?
They're two really good players. Been there for a long time. Really, really high motor, active, physical, good with their hands. So it's a pretty good test for us. Yep.
How would you, being a part of the coaching staff, how would you just kind of describe the mood of the team heading into this weekend? Why do you think that is?
It's a tough question. I think in our part of it, I think guys have a pretty good focus. I felt like we had a really good practice today. The guys came out with a purpose, and so from that perspective, we got some mature guys, and they know what this game's about, and I really think they came out and worked today to prepare because they know it's going to be a battle.